Hello everyone, welcome to VMware Arena YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're watching video in this channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Also click on the bell icon to receive the notification about the new videos which I'm posting about VMware virtualization and other virtualization technologies. In this video, I'm going to explain you a step-by-step procedure how to enable vSAN file services in vSAN 7.0. So vSAN 7.0 is released with vSphere 7.0. In vSAN 7.0 there is an interesting service called vSAN file service is introduced. With vSAN file service we can it provides on file sharing services using NFS. So vSAN file services uses vSAN distributed file system VDFS to provide a scalable file system that can be integrated with the vSAN storage and also policy based management. So vSAN file service is a layer which sits in top of the vSAN data store or vSAN to provide the file shares. So using the vSAN file services, what we can do is we can create an file shares in the vSAN data store, so that like a client machines or any virtual machines or other physical machines can access the NFS share. That we can also assign the access rates and all these things we can set it up in the file share vSAN file share services here. Okay, so as similar to the objects in the vSAN data store, the file shares can also be integrated into an existing vSAN storage policies. We can also apply different storage policies. Let's get started. Let's see how to enable the vSAN file services. Just select the cluster, go to configure option, click on the services. As like other services like we enable deduplication, compression, all these things, the enabling file services is similar. Just expand the file services here and click on enable. So we have to provide some of the parameters which is related to the file services basically. So just click on enable. The wizard will be open. So as I say, the vSAN file services allows on vSphere administrator to provision and file shares in top of the vSAN cluster. So basically we formed the from the local disk we form on vSAN data store. In the previous video I explained how to create on vSAN cluster. In top of vSAN data store, it creates a distributed file system such as like file share like NFS. Then it can be mounted to the physical computer or virtual machine or even like Kubernetes or part containers, right? So some of the checklist is we need a static IP address, subnet mask, and gateway for the file server. So basically, file servers will be equivalent to the number of ESXi hosts in the cluster. So we need a DNS name for each of the IP. So one name and one IP will be we need to resolve per the ESXi host. For example, if you have an 6 ESXi hosts in the cluster, so we need an 6 IP address and 6 DNS name for this file servers. Okay, so click on next. So basically file services agent, so when we enable on vSAN file services, what it does is it deploys on file services virtual machines on each of the ESXi hosts. So in my case I have a 6 ESXi host, 6 VM will be deployed on top of that. So there are two method of deploying file services agent. One is automatic method. So when you have internet connectivity to your vCenter server, it will automatically delect and download the OVF required OVF file. If you don't have an internet, in my case I don't have an internet, so I can select a manual approach. So you can also manually download VMware virtual SAN file system services for 7.0. You can search in the myvmware.com. So we have to download all the 6 files. Like there will be multiple files called OVF, MF file, certificate file, and 3 VMDK files. So we have to download all these things. Just keep it in the local system where you are trying to enable this file services. Okay, just click on browse. I have already downloaded the vSAN file service appliance OVF. Okay, just select all the 6 files which we have downloaded from the VMware website, so including OVF cert file and VMDK file and MF file. Okay, so just select all the 6 files and click on open. Okay, the files are selected. Just click on next. So basically what it does is it will import this OVF and it will store all these 6 files in vCenter server. Okay, so let's log into the vCenter server. Before we proceed to the next step, let's log into the to my vCenter server. We'll find where these files are uploaded. Okay, so let me connect to SSH of my vSender server, so which is vsafe01. Go to CD storage, then CD to update manager, then CD vSAN, CD file services. I think it's just, yeah, file service. Just put a ls-l, so you can see an folder called OVF 7.0. So with the same version of vSAN, just CD into that folder and ls. So we can see all the files, the 6 files which we have just imported. It will be just saved in this particular location. Okay, so specify the file services domain name. So this is a vSAN file service domain. It will be unique namespace for like network and security configuration. Just specify the name as per your requirement. So I'm specifying MD vSAN FSD, which is file services domain -01. Okay, so this you can specify the name. Okay, and specify the DNS server IP address or the host name here, so which will be used to resolve the host name which we specified in the upcoming step, and specify the DNS suffix name based upon your domain configuration. So in my case is md.lab. Click on next. So we have to select the port group. So basically this port group is as I said, like we imported an OVF files, right? So it will deploy on virtual machine. For in my case I have a 6 ES6 host, so it will deploy on 6 vSAN file services virtual machine. So that virtual machine will be connected to this particular network. So based upon your configuration and your network connectivity, just choose the appropriate VM port group here. I have selected a VM port group, and specify the subnet mask and gateway for that virtual machines. Okay, so specify the subnet mask, specify the gateway IP addresses. Okay, click on next. So here we are going to specify the IP addresses and DNS name. So for the best operation, add the same number of IP address as the number of hosts in the cluster. In my case, I have a 6 ES6 host, so I'm going to specify an 6 IP address and DNS name. So basically, this IP addresses and whatever the DNS name we are specifying, it should be the record should be created in DNS. So in my case, I have created an record for my 6 ES6 or something like MD vSAN FS01, and 141 to 146. I have reserved the IP just to ensure that the reverse like resolution also works in your DNS. uh, just specify the first IP addresses. In my case 192.168.0.141. Okay, 192.168 0.141. Just click on autofill. It will be automatically fill the IP addresses in the range, basically in the order. Just click on autofill. Okay, so 141 to 146. Just specify the DNS name which we created for this file services. Okay, so which is FS01 to FS06. Hit enter MD vSAN FS02. Okay, yes, let me copy paste and just fill it to all other hosts here. It's 01 to 06. I have a 6 ESXi host in my case, so 6 IP addresses, 6 DNS name will be reserved for this file services basically. Okay, just 6. I think we have to just specify in FQDN format. This should shows an error, so it says invalid DNS name. Just specify the FQDN format with the domain name. Just start md.lab is my domain name. Specify md.lab. So basically, just validate. This is my DNS name. Yes, DNS name is correct. So let's add up in the same format like md.lab. Okay, specify md.lab, and for all other the host, specify in the FQDN format. So basically this IP address and host name will be assigned to the virtual machine, the file services virtual machine, which will be deployed on this particular cluster, right? So this IP and the host names will be used by there. Just click on next. So review all the settings which we have specified here. So file service domain name, DNS servers, DNS suffixes, and we specified the port group, subnet mask gateway, and IP address, and the DNS name for the file services. Okay, just click on finish to start configuring the vSAN file services. Okay, click on finish. So what it does is it will start configuring the file services. It basically deploys the virtual machine, first virtual machine from the OVF, then it will start cloning that virtual machine into equivalent to the number of ESXi hosts in that particular cluster. So it started reconfiguring the vSAN cluster. It will deploy and enable the file services on each of the ESXi host, and there are a lot of reconfiguration tasks will be going. It will be taking little bit time. You can also see, and there is a resource pool which got created called ESX agents. So all the virtual machine file services virtual machine which will be deployed under that particular resource pool here. So you can see vSAN file services node 1 got deployed. So there are a lot of agents, file services related agents will be installed on the ESXi host. Okay, so I'm just fast forwarding this deployment because it may take a little more time for deploying the virtual machines and configuring all the agent services here. So I will just fast forward past my recording. I'll come back. Yes, so I can see as of now 5 virtual machines are deployed. You can see, yeah, the sixth one also deployed. So I have a 6 ESXi hosts in the cluster. So 6 vSAN file services node is got deployed. So each host will be hosting one virtual machine here. Okay, let's click on the host and click on VMs. You can find vSAN file services. So each host will be hosting on one file services here. Even some cases I noticed when I place ESX host into maintenance mode, that file service of virtual machine is getting deleted or something, right? I just noticed. Maybe in next video I can explain you. Okay, in detail, just there are a lot of file services enabling as tasks are going on. So it basically deploys the first machine using OVF, then it start cloning that virtual machine and configuring the file services nodes based upon the IP address and DNS name which we have assigned here. So there are many tasks. We can expand the file services. As of now, there is no settings are there, so still the configuration is going on. We'll just fast forward and commit. Okay, so all the tasks are completed. So basically there are a lot of tasks: install agent, power on virtual machine, clone virtual machine, like install agents, file services agent, enabling file services. There are a lot, deploy OVF template. There are a lot of tasks, creating a resource pool. There are a lot of tasks has been went through to enable the vSAN file services. Now we can see all the settings which we have specified under the file services. So domain name, we have a DNS settings, what is the port group it is assigned, subnet mask, and the IP address. Just click on see all. We can see which node is assigned with which IP addresses. All the information will be visible here. So virtual machine is enabled and we have the file services enabled. Once we enable the vSAN file services, we can see an additional option under the vSAN called file services shares. So we enable the file services, but we have to create on file share and give access to the operating system where we want to mount these file shares, right? So here is where we can create on file shares. You can just click on file share and create the file shares, and so that file shares can be consumed and mounted to the virtual machines or other client machines. Okay, so in the next video I will explain how to create a vSAN file shares and how to access that file share in any operating system or external systems or virtual machines, right? So this NFS shares cannot be mounted as a NFS data store, and we cannot store the virtual machines in this particular NFS share. Okay, so I hope this is informative for you. Please do subscribe to the channel. To You can also click on the bell icon to receive the notification. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Bye bye.